so this is what we have. Powers of trigonometric functions. You know that trigonometric functions are a relationship between an angle and two sides of a right triangle. That's their origin, right? And you know that sine of an angle, this whole thing represents a single number. The ratio between the two sides, right? This is not a multiplication, and therefore it has to be together. It goes together. Keeping that in mind, when you square this, do you agree that you would square the number, the whole thing? So, for example, what is the sine of 45? Huh? Square root 2, like this? Okay, so what this means is, that's what I have, right? That's the equivalent. So if I square this, it means I square this. Would you agree? Now, if I do that, another way, that is not the same as saying the sine of 45 squared. Why not? Because how much is 45 squared? Anybody with a calculator? 20,000? 25. That's going, could you divide that by 360? Please, just.
5.625.
5.625 if I divide this by 360? 5.625. So can you please multiply, well, if you go around, this is not going to equal 45 degrees. Do you agree? This goes around 5 times, which is 360 times 5. No, it's impossible. Divide 20,000.
It was 2025.
So we have an extra 0.
Yes.
Okay, so now it makes sense. Still, that means I go around 5 times and a little bit more, and I can almost guarantee it's not going to be 45 degrees. So try doing the sine of 2025.
Negative 0.71.
Like this? Is that the same as that? I need somebody to try it. I have a feeling it's going to work.
It's 1.
This one's 1?
1.
This one's 1. No, it can't be. It's got to be 1/2.
No, it's 1.
That's 1/2.
This is
And
1/2.
that should not be.
Because that's 2 and it's 4.
But, so this is 1/2 and this is negative 0.71. So it's not the same thing.
This is 1.
How can it be 1?
It can't be 1.
Let me see it.
You're right. You're putting it in wrong. Okay.
It's squared. Did you put the square?
Yes.
Yes, but she
Both
squared.
of them.
No, because you do.
It squares this first in the
It's
calculator.
1/2.
If you don't put the parentheses, which she's not doing,
It's
proves the
1/2.
precedence,
Divided by
does this first and then divides by 2.
No,
And that's
because
how she
it's
gets
2
the
in the
1.
bottom, so it's 2,
It's 1/2.
it's 4.
This one,
I know, then it's 2 divided by 4.
okay, it's the way you write it in the calculator. But the point is, this is not the same as this. So how do you write it so that you don't have to write the parentheses outside? You write it like this: sine squared of 45. Okay? Is that clear? When you see the square on the sine, it is understood that it is the sine of the angle squared or cubed or quadruple or whatever, okay, to the 4. So when you see something like this, what do?
You first find the sine of -60, and then you cube it.
First find, like you said, the sine of -60, and this is where you have to put this, because most of you didn't do this on the test, and that's why most of you got the signs wrong. Because you can put this in the calculator and it'll give you a number, but if you don't visually know where it is, it won't be correct. So negative 60 is here. This is 60. So we know that this is 1, this is 2, and this is square root of 3, right?
I think it's the other way around.
No, it's
No, it's got to be opposite the 30.
Amazing.
The shortest side always goes opposite 30.
And the short side always
And the hypotenuse is always 2. Kills me when he does that. Okay. So this would be the cube of 1 over, no, square root of 3 over 2, right?
Yes.
Positive or negative?
Negative.
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 This is negative. So this is negative, right? And then cubed. Got it? Questions? No? We're good?
Do we leave it like that or we answer that? I mean, there's some questions that we just.
This is on camera. Look. No, my love, you continue. So this would be
Negative 3 is
Negative 3 square root of 3 over 8.
do we leave it like that? Yes. Can you simplify? No. So do that. Okay. We good here?
Yeah.
Relatively simple. Next. You remember that when a point is equidistant from another 2 points, you could find the equation of the line, right? Now I'm going to teach you another way to find the equation of the line for perpendicular bisectors. So, please look at example 48.3. All of you. So you understand what I'm talking about. It says, find the equation of the perpendicular bisector of the line, and by the way, it has to be perpendicular, and I'll explain why, whose endpoint coordinates are 4, 2, and 8, minus 3. Okay, so what do we have? Use the midpoint formula method. Okay. Do you remember what a midpoint is?
Mm-hmm.
What's a midpoint?
The halfway between 1 point.
Between 2 points. So what would be the midpoint for this? Do you remember the formulas?
X.
It's x1 plus x2 divided by 2, comma, y1 plus y2 divided by 2. Right? That's the midpoint. What would be the midpoint in this case?
6, comma.
This would be 8 plus 4 divided by 2, comma, 2 plus minus 3 divided by 2, right? Which would be 6, she said, and 1/2, right?
It's okay.
3.
Okay, so that's the midpoint. So what do you have right now?
A point.
You know, you have a point here, 4, 2, and another point here, 8, minus 3. And now you know the midpoint, and it is 6, minus 1/2. And you're trying to find the equation of the perpendicular bisector. Now, why does it have to be perpendicular?
So it's the reciprocal of the slope.
So it's the negative reciprocal of the slope between this segment, okay? So if this one is m, this one has to be negative 1 over m, right? That would be the perpendicular slope. Does everybody see that? And why would you need the midpoint then?
No, the position.
So that you know a point on the line to help you find the rest of the equation that you're missing, right? Because you need to know at least one point to know the relationship between x and y. Does that make sense? So,
Why did you move your little
because I want to see you. So let's find out. How would you find the slope for between these 2 points?
Negative
Just your average slope, right? So this would be minus 3 minus 2 over 8 minus 4. Is that correct?
yeah. Negative
Minus 5 over 4. So what is the perpendicular slope?
negative. No, it was 4 over negative. 4 over negative.
No, 4 over 5.
4 over 5.
It's a negative reciprocal.
It's a negative reciprocal, which means you have to get -1 as a result. So you already have the negative, so, right?
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes.
I'm not getting all mixed up here? Bye. So now, what do I do with that slope? And now I have that slope and the point.
Y equals mx plus b.
I love when you do things correctly. So this would be x plus b, and you substitute that x and that y, and we've got -1/2. And I think you can take it from here, right? And I'll finish it just for the sake of the video. 6 plus b. Oh, lovely numbers. So we have negative,
1/2.
let me do it with tens. So -5 over 10 equals plus minus
Minus.
24/48 over 10 equals b, right? So
Negative 40.
y equals 4/5 of x. Oh, I hope I'm getting this right. 4/5 of x minus 53 over 10. Or 4/5, 0.8x minus 5.3. Either way is fine. Questions? Sort of logical, right? Because you always need a slope and a point, minimum, or 2 points, and we've got everything we need. Okay? Questions?